no one sets out to have a career the way that you have. And I just think there's so much that's brilliant about it. And,
well, thank you.
And then you're so effing likable, you know, and you ride that all along too. That is kind of I think your secret sauce. But how does one even begin to become a Johnny Knoxville?
Well, you don't go to college, that's for sure. And you just get on the 10 West. And,
okay, step one, if you're listening, don't go to college, then get on the 10 West.
Yeah.
And you're
fast, faster, and disaster. That's how you do it.
And you started making these videos on your own, right? We're going back to what, the late 90s?
Yes. What happened was, honestly, I moved out to Los Angeles to become an actor just 2 months or maybe a month after high school.
Yep.
Didn't do a lot, you know,
right?
For 5-6 years. And then my girlfriend got pregnant. And I'm like, oh, I have to do something quick because that's the most frightened I've ever been. Because I had a little girl on the way and I'm waiting tables and I'm like, I got to do something quick. So I was living next to Antoine Fuqua in this duplex and he set me up with this casting agent who got me a commercial agent. And I started writing for magazines and my version of participatory journalism, like Hunter S. Thompson type of. Yeah. I was like, how about if one of my first articles was how about if I test self-defense equipment on myself? I was that was my best guess at how to support a family. And it was all out of fear of how to support a little girl. Honestly.
That is so I think you describe that leap as if it's an honest, natural progression. You know, well, a kid's on the way. And I better, start to get serious here. It's time to test self-defense
myself.
Time to shoot myself in the chest while wearing a bulletproof vest.
That'll provide security.
Yeah. So you start doing it, and then you start making videos.
Well, when the only magazine, like a few magazines around town wanted that article, but none of them, they wanted to treat it as a negative pickup. Come see us after you're done, and then we'll... The only magazine who would help me, like buy the stun gun, the taser gun, I bought the bulletproof vest with money my mom gave me for Christmas that year, was the editor of Big Brother magazine, Jeff Tremaine, who is now the director of Jackass. And he had a skateboarding magazine owned by Larry Flint. And Jeff, right before I was writing, I said, how about if I write the article? And Jeff goes, why don't you film it at the same time? And for our skate video. I'm like, okay. And that's what happened. And of course I went to he's like, I'll have Dimitri go with you to film it, who's now the director of photography of Jackass.
Right.
And I pull up that morning and I'm like, get in. And he goes, here's the camera. This is play. This is pause. It's got film in it. I'm like, you're not shooting it? He's like, no. Because there was a gun involved. He didn't want
to be there.
Nobody wanted to be there.
No one wants to be there. Yeah.
So that's why the camera works so shaky with that.
So you start making these things, and then you get a chance to make a show for MTV. Mm. And I didn't know this. At the same moment that you have this deal to make a show and you're about to make the show, out of nowhere, you get this offer from Lorne Michaels at Saturday Night Live.
Yeah.
And I never heard that.
Nothing was happening in my life like 2 or 3 months before. The wonderful things with the family and the kid, but professionally, nothing. And then it's like, I have a TV show. We're about to shoot the pilot for MTV. And then, like you said, Lorne Michaels comes calling and we go meet at the Polo Lounge, the Beverly Hills Hotel, where Fear and Loathing did begin. And it was a lot, because I had no gigs before this, and he's offering me a spot like 5 minutes on Saturday Night Live each week.
Not to do characters and things like that.
No, to do what I do, make a video each week. And it was I really seriously considered it, but I ended up thinking I would go on there. I'm not going to have any creative control whatsoever. And I'm about to do this other thing with me and my friends. And where I have all the control, and I'd rather bet on us than enter into that. And I'd been lucky to be on Saturday Night Live, but I chose that.
No, I mean, obviously, you certainly didn't make the wrong move there. And you got to be the master of your own universe by doing Jackass, as opposed to being a small piece of a show where you have very less. Sometimes we're not going to air your piece tonight. It didn't make it. Or, we're going to hold on to that. Or so that was the right thing to do.
Well, I didn't think so when while we're shooting the pilot, it got shut down. And I'm thought, oh, man, we're canceled. This is not even making it to the air now.
Why was it shut down?
We were filming a bit in West Hollywood at this hardware store, which I think is a restaurant now, Laurel Hardware.
It's both. You can get hardware and food.
Oh, great.
I'll have the steak tartare and the rake. I'll have the rake as well.
And I walked in, my face was all dirty in a prison orange jumpsuit, and I was handcuffed, and I was trying to get them to help me saw the handcuffs off.
Right.
They cleared out the place. Everyone was scared, and I realized at one point I'm out there on the saw section sawing, and there's not even my cameramen are around. I'm like, well, shit.
I love that you're committing to the bit, and there's no camera.
At one point, I'm sawing, and it goes right on my wrist, and it was very close to so then I heard the cops coming. I'm like, well, I better get outside because that's where the cameras are. And I run outside, and right as 3 or 4 carloads of cops are pulling up, and the first lady on the scene, she gets out of her car, tells me, get on the ground, and I abide by what she's saying. But she didn't put her car in park, and it runs right into a telephone pole in front of me. Oh. And I'm on the ground. You can hear me go, oh, no. Because now they're mad. And MTV couldn't shoot in West Hollywood for over 10 years after that because we didn't have a permit. We didn't know you permitted to shoot these things.
You didn't have a permit?
We didn't know what a permit was.
That's so fantastic. You are giving credence to this idea that I've had for a long time, which is that if a camera's going, I will do things that I won't do otherwise.
Yes.
And so in a Jackass kind of way, I have always, if there's a camera rolling, I'll say, and there's a potential for people to be laughing.
Yes.
And for it to be recorded. I will do things that otherwise I'd say, oh no, I'd rather not. I eat bugs. I mean, we'll talk about Fear Factor, but all the stuff you guys do in Fear Factor, I lose common sense if I think there's a potential that people would see it and laugh. Yeah. But you're talking about situations where you're invoking the police are coming, people have guns,
right?
And they can very justifiably let you say a guy in an orange jumpsuit came running out of the hardware store and I discharged my weapon. And then it's like, oh, that's too bad for that guy making a pilot.
Well, that's what the lady told me afterwards, the female policeman. She goes, if you would have just moved a few inches while you were on the ground, like I was going to get away, I would have just put a bullet in your ear. And I'm like, well, I'm glad I kind of just laid there.
Yeah, yeah.
And I said, is this the weirdest call you ever had? And they said, no, one time a guy was on PCP at the top of a palm tree, buck naked, and slid all the way down.
Yes.
Which we tried to convince one of the cast guys to do, but no one was up for it.
That is either extremely painful or an erotic thrill.
No.
No? Okay.